Hey, what's up, guys? So, in this video, I want to talk to you about my health and what has been going on with me lately. So, in the past 3 months or so, my health condition has changed drastically. Before that, I had been dealing with internal bleeding issues for quite some time, where the doctors were unable to find out the source of the bleeding. In addition to that, I had been dealing with severe panic attacks and anxiety at night, especially, mostly at night. And I had some internal digestive problems also from some medications that I have been taking for my back. I have a major back issue that happened like 10 years ago where my back is pretty much always in pain. So those were the things I was dealing with at that time, in addition to some psychological difficulties. I've been dealing with depression, a lot of it because of the panic attacks and not sleeping. There were times where I didn't sleep for a couple days at a time, and it just gets worse and worse as you go without sleep. So 3 months ago or so, I started having this pain in my eye on my left side, and I didn't know what it was. Then I started having pain in my teeth, in the rear part of my teeth on my same side. I was wrongly diagnosed and had all my wisdom teeth pulled. That turned out to be a mistake. The pain didn't go away and actually increased and started happening more often. Initially, it was like once or twice a week at night only I would have these pains. And then it got to the point where it was every night. Then it got to the point where it was every night and some days. And then it got to the point where it was every day, multiple times, and every night. By that time, I had already started seeing multiple different doctors, had gone to the emergency room, and had started working with a neurologist, multiple neurologists. So basically, I have a condition called trigeminal neuralgia. And what that is something to do with the brain, where there is a nerve in my brain that is impinged or touching something else, or touching the trigeminal nerve where it shouldn't be. And that is causing this severe pain to happen to me. And if you guys want to look this up, the nickname to this condition, it's very similar to cluster headaches also, if you're familiar with that. But the nickname to it is the suicide disease, because the pain associated with this is known to be the worst pain known to mankind. So they're saying there's nothing worse than this pain that man can deal with or be exposed to. In addition to that, the craziest part about it is this is also one of the only diseases that I know of that pain meds don't work on. So as you heard before, I had this back issue that I continue to deal with. I'm familiar with pain medicine. And that's actually how I was able to self-diagnose. This is such a rare condition that oftentimes people who have it, it takes decades even for some people before they're correctly diagnosed with what they have. The reason I was able to find out myself in such a short time was because I was reading every day, researching everything I can, and I had pain medicine. And again, I'm very familiar with how my body responds to that pain medicine. So these attacks that started happening were getting worse and worse in severity. The pain was more and more each time, and it lasted for longer and longer. So one day I took pain medicine in an amount where I knew I should definitely have relief of this pain. I took more than I normally would have to see if it would help. And it did absolutely nothing. And that's how I was able to find out. So I searched then, are there any known conditions or diseases that pain medicine does not help with? Painful conditions. And this is where I came to that conclusion. And then through the neurologist and MRIs was able to determine that that is what I'm dealing with. And I'm also working with some natural healers. I've changed my diet. I am on multiple medications, where I self-inject anytime I feel an attack coming on. I also have oxygen tanks that are being delivered to my house now on a weekly basis that I use regularly. I put a mask on and I breathe this oxygen to try to help, calm myself down as these things are occurring. So for those of you that don't really know me or how I am, I am very tolerant to pain. I've been through a lot physically, mentally, emotionally, so I know how to deal with physical pain better than any other. And I have a very high ability to deal with it. Much more so than most people. I know that. So when I'm telling you that this pain is so bad that I just feel like smashing my head on the wall, like I can't escape it. It's such a horrific pain. And the way it starts is, again, always with my left eye. It only happens on one side of my face. My eye starts hurting a little bit and twitching and starts shutting, starts burning and turning red. Then it'll start tearing. At the same time, my left side of my nose will start become runny, and my jaw will hurt all the way down to my neck. It even hurts up into my head and into my ear on the left side. It takes like 20 or 30 minutes from the time it starts to the full-blown attack if I don't catch it in time. What I mean by that is some of these medicines they've given me, one called sumatriptan, which I self-inject, if I catch it right at the beginning and I take that shot, sometimes it will stop it from getting real bad. Most of the time not. And that includes multiple other medications. I've tried every medicine that have helped other people with this, and none have been effective for me. So this thing rarely works, and actually I have to double dose in order for it to do anything, for there to be any possibility that it works. And 20, 30 minutes later, I'm in full-blown attack mode, and the pain is just so bad that I can barely talk. I can barely move my mouth. I also can't even open my eye anymore. My other eye can't open because as this one opens, this eye opens a little bit also, and it hurts so bad, so I can't open my eyes. I have a patch that I cover my one eye with that I put ice under and try to deal with that pain in that way. I have an ice mask also for when I cover my entire face, both eyes, and I just can't function while this is happening. My head is like banging and throbbing. I could feel through my skull like my brain pulsating. I become very sensitive to light and sound as well. So I can't even be around my family. I can't be around the kids when this is happening because any sound is magnified so much and it just hurts me. My whole body's like damaged and crippled. I can't move. I can't walk well. I can't speak well. I'm just incapacitated. And this is happening now pretty much every single day. In all my research, I go on forums and I read what other people have gone through who have this same condition, and I've never found anyone who has had it where the episodes last so long. For most people, they last only a couple minutes. For some people, a couple hours. They're exceptions. For me, just a couple days ago, I had one that lasted 14 hours straight of non-stop crippling pain where I'm so messed up and I can't even sit down or lay down. That's the worst part about it. Because when I do that, I feel overwhelmed and I feel like I'm going to have a stroke or heart attack. So I have to be moving. I have to be pacing. I have to go outside because I feel like I can't breathe inside the house. So this is happening to me and there's nothing I can do. There's no medicine that can help me. The pain meds don't work. Nothing works. And it's just night after night. This has been happening to me for months now. And it's still getting worse, the level of pain. This is the first time in weeks that I've been able to even come to the office and function for more than a couple hours. I've been okay today for whatever reason. This is something I wish on no one. It's a horrible thing. There are 4 types of surgeries specifically that are offered for this. None of them are known to be permanently successful. So basically, there is no cure for this. For anyone who has one of the surgeries, for example, one type is they deaden that nerve. They kill that actual nerve back there. And the nerve will regrow, regenerate in a couple of years' time, in a couple months' time for some other people, and the pain will come back. For some people, another surgery they do is they put like a pad. They're all brain surgeries that are required. They cut your skull open and they put a pad between the nerves, and that allows for there not to be contact. That also only seems to last for a couple of years at best. So with these brain surgery options, there are great risks also. You can become paralyzed, you can become blind, you can become deaf. I've heard of people waking up from the surgery and now having it on both sides of their faces. So there are a lot of risks involved. I am still seeking out more natural remedies for this. I'm trying a lot of different things, and I'm not ready to take that brain surgery route yet. But as of now, this is what's happening with me. So I still have my back pain that I deal with. I still have depression that I deal with. I have this new thing that I deal with where it's the worst pain I could possibly describe to you. And I have the panic attacks that happen also. So when those things are all combined at night and they happen to all be flaring up together, it's like the worst thing you could ever imagine. None of you would believe, like, if you were able to witness that and see the pain that I'm in. Like, it's indescribable. Just to give you an example, like my eye alone, when it's happening, I feel like from inside my eye, from the other side, like a knife that's burning hot is being pushed through my eyeball and trying to come out. It's such an unbelievable pain. It's just a nightmare. It's just a nightmare, guys. So when that's happening and I'm having these panic attacks at the same time, and I'm not sleeping for a couple days at a time, you know, I'm just completely messed up. And I don't know what's going to happen with work now when the markets reopen and everyone's allowed to go back. In this condition as it stands now, I can't function and I can't work a regular every day. I can't. Because when this is happening, it's impossible for me. I can't even open my eyes when this shit's happening. So there's no way I can deal with customers. There's no way I can take phone calls or even have conversations. So it's just a messed up thing. And again, I just wanted to share with you guys because some of you have asked and many of you have helped me financially. And I want to thank all of you for both that kind of help and for the ones that are just sending, emails or comments of the encouraging type and supportive type. I really appreciate all this help and support you guys have given me. And I want to sum up this video by letting you guys know to please value your health. I never imagined that this is where I would end up. Never in my life. For my life up until the point that I came out of prison, I was the strongest. For my size especially, I was always ridiculously strong, able to do anything physically, mentally. I was so strong. I was always the leader among whatever group I was in or around. And to go from that to where I am now, it's a very hard thing to accept and to deal with and to live with. I never imagined that I can be this way, in this condition. I didn't even know I'd lived this long, but assuming I knew, I never thought that I'd be like this, suffering from so many different things. So please, guys, if you have your health, just value it and enjoy life. Enjoy life. Live your lives in the right way. Be good people. Be honest and be respectful people. Be truthful people. Never lie. Lying is a horrible thing that I detest in life and has ruined a lot of great relationships in my life. Just be appreciative. Be grateful and be thankful for what you have, because it can always be much worse. Always. I never imagined. A couple months ago, I thought my problems were bad. I never imagined that I'd be here now where I am. I didn't know that this bad of a reality even existed. So Please, guys, value what you have. Make the best of your lives. You only get one chance at this, and don't make stupid mistakes that'll ruin your health in the future or take away your freedom now. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for listening, and thank you always for supporting me again. I'll talk to you next time.